Life can sometimes feel strangely repetitive. Day after day, things look the same, feel the same, and often it seems like no matter how hard you try, nothing really changes. You might set new goals, read the right books, try to stay positive, but deep down, something still feels off, like you're caught in a loop you can't escape. This isn't a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's not bad luck or a personal flaw. It's something deeper, something most people never get taught. Your life is being shaped by a hidden pattern, a kind of invisible program running in the background of your mind. It's not a metaphor. It's real, it's measurable, and it's powerful. Inside each of us is a subconscious mind, and it carries something called a vibrational code. This code is made up of your core beliefs, old emotional memories, and the expectations you've built over your life. Even if you're not aware of it, this code is always active. It quietly sends out a signal, your personal frequency, into the energy field that surrounds all of us. Scientists call it the quantum field. And here's the thing, the quantum field doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to who you are, deep down. Not your thoughts, but your emotional state. Not your dreams, but your underlying beliefs. It doesn't tune into your words, it tunes into your vibration. This explains why people often feel stuck. You can say, I want love, but if your subconscious is still carrying fear or old pain from the past, that becomes your dominant signal. You might think, I want success, but if your deeper belief is, I'm not enough, then that's the energy the universe picks up on, and it will mirror it right back to you. That's not a punishment. It's just how energy works. It reflects what's being sent out. Here's where science comes in. In quantum physics, we learn that reality doesn't fully exist until it is observed. It means that life isn't fixed. It's flexible, open, waiting for instructions. But those instructions don't come from your words or your plans. They come from your subconscious energy. Even when you're not thinking about it, your subconscious is always watching, always reacting, and always shaping your experience. So what does this really mean? It means that the life you're living today is a reflection of the inner program you've been carrying around for years. That program was mostly created before you were even aware it existed. In the first few years of life, your brain was in a very absorbent state, like a sponge. You learned how to behave, what to expect from people, how to handle love, pain, fear, and safety. You picked it up from your parents, your surroundings, your culture, and your experiences. These early lessons became the blueprint for how you see the world, and they settled into your body, your mind, and your nervous system. They formed your vibrational identity. Think of it like tuning a radio. If your subconscious is tuned to a frequency of scarcity, the only stations you'll receive are those that match scarcity, missed opportunities, financial struggles, feelings of lack. If your subconscious is tuned to fear, then your reality will be full of experiences that trigger fear. It's not personal. It's just frequency. But here's the beautiful part. Just like a radio, you can change the station. You're not stuck with the code you inherited. Your past doesn't have to define your future. That deep script running inside you, it can be rewritten. And when it changes, so does your outer world. This isn't about wishful thinking or repeating affirmations 100 times a day. It's about real change at the emotional and energetic level. Let's say you wake up every morning with anxiety, dread, or pressure. That emotional state isn't just how you feel, it's information. It's your body's way of saying, this is the frequency you're currently on. That energy goes out into the quantum field like a broadcast, and the field reflects it back through the people, situations, and outcomes you experience. This is why doing the inner work matters, because you're not just trying to feel better for no reason. You're learning to shift your frequency, to update the code. And when you do that, your reality begins to match your new vibration. You don't have to force things to happen. They start happening because your energy finally matches what you've been asking for. And here's where things get even more fascinating. In the quantum world, all versions of you already exist. There's a version of you who's healed, whole, joyful, thriving. There's a version of you who already broke the cycle, who already has the love, the success, the freedom you've been chasing. These versions aren't fantasy. They're real possibilities, waiting for you to tune into them. But you can only collapse into the version of you that matches your current vibration. If you keep sending out the same old emotional signals, guilt, shame, fear, self-doubt, you'll keep connecting with the version of reality that matches those feelings. It's not fate. It's just physics. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. That's the real code. It may sound overwhelming at first, but it's actually incredibly empowering because it means you're not a victim of your circumstances. You're a creator of your future. Every time you shift your internal state, every time you choose peace over fear, self-worth over self-judgment, love over lack, you're changing your frequency. And that changes everything around you. You don't need to be perfect. You don't have to figure it all out right away. But you do need to become aware. Aware of what's running in the background. Aware of the stories you've been telling yourself. Aware of how you really feel day after day. Once you start paying attention, you can start making real shifts. You can bring light to the old patterns. You can start asking, is this belief really mine? Does this feeling still belong here? Or am I ready to let it go? You might discover that so much of what you've been carrying isn't even yours. It was passed down, absorbed, inherited. And when you release it, when you update your emotional habits, your reality begins to mirror the change. It doesn't take years. Sometimes the smallest shifts in energy can create massive change. A new decision, a new thought, a new way of showing up. That's how the code begins to rewrite itself. The universe doesn't need convincing. It's not waiting for you to earn your desires. It's simply waiting for you to match the energy of what you say you want. Once your inner world reflects your intentions, the outer world starts catching up. That's why this journey isn't about working harder. It's about feeling deeper, connecting with yourself, healing what's underneath, and aligning with the version of you who already lives the life you've been dreaming of. It's not magic. It's not philosophy. It's vibration. When you understand this, you stop chasing and start aligning. You stop begging the universe and start working with it. You stop wondering, why isn't it working? And begin noticing how every moment is showing you what's going on inside. And that's when real transformation begins. Your reality isn't set in stone. It's soft clay, waiting for the shape of your energy. And you hold the tools to mold it. Your focus, your emotions, your choices, your frequency. Manifestation isn't just about thinking good thoughts or repeating affirmations. It's not just about seeing your dream life in your mind or writing it down in a journal. Many people do all these things and still feel stuck. The truth is, change doesn't begin in your head. It begins in your energy, in how you feel, what you carry in your heart, and what your body remembers. You might be imagining wealth, but if you're still feeling poor deep down, your signal doesn't match what you're asking for. You might say, I am loved, but if your chest tightens and your body remembers being hurt, you're still vibrating with pain. You're asking for abundance, but sending out the energy of fear or lack. And the universe, or more simply, the energy field around you, responds to that vibration, not your words. You can't change your life just by thinking new thoughts. You have to shift your emotional state, your frequency. This is what real transformation is about. When your inner world starts to reflect the life you want, your outer world begins to follow. You don't need to relive every painful memory or spend years in therapy. What you do need is alignment between your mind, your heart, your body, and your future. When you feel different, you show up differently. You speak differently. You breathe differently. And most importantly, you start living as if the life you want is already yours. That's the secret, not to try and reach your dream, but to become the version of you who already lives it. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls this breaking the habit of being yourself. It means letting go of the emotional patterns and old identities that no longer serve you. Neville Goddard said that you must live from the end, from the feeling that your desire is already fulfilled. That's not just a nice idea. It's how energy works. The version of you who is everything you want isn't far away. It's a state of being, and you can tune into it. In quantum physics, there's a concept called the collapse of the wave function. It means that nothing becomes real until it's observed. Everything exists as a possibility until your focus and energy choose one path. That's what you do every moment. You're not just watching life. You're shaping it with your presence, with your emotions, with your identity. Reality doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you are. And who you are is more than your name, your job, or your past. It's your energy, your mood, your emotional state. It's the feeling you carry into the world every day. That's your signal. That's what tells the universe what kind of life to reflect back to you. So, how do you shift that signal? Start by paying attention to how you feel before your mind even gets involved. Notice your breath. Is it shallow? Notice your shoulders. Are they tight? Notice your chest. Is it heavy? These little things aren't random. They're echoes of your past. Emotional leftovers that quietly shape your future unless you interrupt them. When you become aware of that feeling, you can shift it. You can breathe deeper. Relax your body. Bring a new emotion into your space. Joy, gratitude, confidence. These feelings carry their own vibration. And when you start choosing them on purpose, you begin to change your frequency. You stop reacting and you start reprogramming. That's when the world starts to shift around you. New people show up. New ideas flow in. Opportunities seem to come out of nowhere. That's not luck. That's resonance. You're sending out a new signal, and the field around you is responding to it. This is how manifestation really works. It's not magic. It's coherence. When your energy lines up with your vision, life reflects it. You don't have to do everything perfectly. You don't need to meditate for hours or fake positivity. You just need to become emotionally aligned with your desired reality. That means feeling it before you see it, being it before you have it. Your body is always listening to your emotions, and your life is always listening to your body. That's why thoughts alone aren't enough. You can't think your way into a new life if your body is still holding on to the old one. You have to feel new emotions, create new experiences, choose new responses. That's how you shift timelines from the inside out. Let me tell you a story. There was a woman, let's call her Maya. For years, she tried to manifest her dream job. She journaled. She meditated. She made vision boards. She worked hard on herself. But nothing changed. She kept hitting walls. The same patterns repeated over and over again. Then one night, she was so tired of trying that she gave up. But not in a hopeless way. She surrendered. She let go of needing to control the outcome and simply asked herself, what would it feel like if it had already happened? She allowed her body to feel the relief, the confidence, the joy of already being in that dream job. She stood differently. She breathed more freely. She spoke with ease. And something clicked. Within days, things began to shift. An email came from a company she admired. Then a friend introduced her to someone with the exact connection she needed. It felt effortless, not because she had done more, but because she had become more. Her energy changed, and her world followed. That's the collapse point. The moment your internal identity matches your external intention. The moment the emotional experience of having becomes more real than the experience of waiting. When that happens, your brain can't tell the difference between now and the future. And that's when the field responds. This moment is quiet. It doesn't come with fireworks. You might not even realize it when it happens, but it shifts everything. From that point forward, you're no longer chasing a dream, you're living from it. And that version of you, the one who has the relationship, the career, the peace, the joy, it already exists. Not in your imagination, but in the field of infinite possibilities. All you have to do is become the version of you who lives in that reality. Not by pretending, not by forcing, but by choosing the emotions of that life now. The field around you doesn't respond to your goals. It responds to your being. It doesn't judge. It doesn't wait for you to be good enough. It simply mirrors your signal. The clearer your signal, the faster the mirror reflects. This is what quantum physicist John Wheeler meant when he said we live in a participatory universe. You are not separate from reality. You are shaping it, moment by moment, with your energy. Let's stop just thinking about transformation and actually feel it. Right now, you're not just reading about change, you're going to experience it. This isn't theory. It's not just another idea to file away for later. This is a real, practical method to shift your energy, right here and now. You're about to step into something powerful, a way of aligning yourself with a deeper energy that already lives inside you. You're going to wake up that energy. You're going to feel it. And more importantly, you're going to use it to start becoming the version of you that's been waiting in the wings. Maybe you've noticed it lately. A quiet sense that something inside you is stirring. A gentle hum, like a distant memory trying to surface. It's not loud or dramatic, but it's there. A feeling that you're meant for something more, that something is shifting under the surface. That feeling isn't random. It's not your imagination. It's something real, something ancient and true. It's your energy field starting to activate. It's a signal that the old version of you, the one weighed down by fear, doubt, and the stories you've been told, is starting to fade. And something new is rising in its place. Here's the truth. Life doesn't really respond to your thoughts as much as it does to your energy. Your vibration, your emotional frequency, is what creates the experiences around you. When you change your energy, your whole world begins to shift. And that shift starts inside your body, not in your mind. We've been taught to overthink everything. But the real power comes when we drop into the body, into the heart, and feel the energy we want to live from. When you do that, something amazing starts to happen. Your nervous system calms, your body relaxes, and your life begins to mirror the peace and power you feel inside. So let's begin, not with trying to figure it all out, but with feeling it. Take a moment. Get still. If you can, close your eyes. Unless you're driving, of course, then keep those eyes open. But wherever you are, bring your attention to the center of your chest. Not as a thought, but as a feeling. Try to really notice that space. Breathe slowly into it. Inhale for 5 seconds. Exhale for 5 seconds. Do it again and again. With each breath, feel yourself softening. Your shoulders relax. Your jaw unclenches. Your body starts to feel safe. You are beginning to leave behind the stress and pressure of your old identity. As you keep breathing into that space, imagine a soft, warm light glowing in your chest. Picture it spreading outward with every breath. It doesn't have to be a perfect image, just a sense, a glow, a presence, like a quiet light turning on after a long time in the dark. This light isn't just imagination, it's energy. It's your heart's electromagnetic field becoming stronger, more focused. Scientists have actually measured this. Your heart creates a powerful field of energy around your body. And when your heart is calm and open, that field becomes coherent. In other words, it becomes clear, stable, and powerful. When you're in this state, you start to sync up with the energy of the universe itself. That's when things begin to shift. You become like a beacon, sending out a clear signal of the life you're ready to live. You're not trying to force anything. You're not begging the universe to give you something. You're simply choosing to feel, right now, the energy of the life you desire. And by doing that, you're calling it toward you. You're inviting it in, not from a place of lack or needing it to complete you, but from a place of remembering that it's already part of you. Now, let's take it a step deeper. Ask yourself, ask your body, not your mind. What does it feel like to already be living the life I've been dreaming of? Don't think about it. Just feel it. Let your body answer. Let your breath slow down and your chest expand. Imagine that version of you. Maybe they feel calm, free, excited, joyful. Maybe they walk with more confidence. Maybe they smile more. Maybe they don't overthink everything. Let yourself feel into that version of you. The one who's not chasing anything anymore, but simply being. The version of you who's already there. Stay with that feeling. Don't rush it. Don't try to make it work. Just let yourself feel what it would be like if it were already done. If the money was already in the bank. If the relationship already felt loving and secure. If the health, the peace, the clarity, whatever you've been asking for, was already a part of your life. How would that feel in your chest? In your belly? In your shoulders? Let that emotion rise up and fill your whole system. That feeling is your signal to the universe. It's your energetic signature. It's not something you fake, it's something you remember. And when your body remembers it, your life begins to reflect it. This is not about tricking your brain. It's about aligning your entire system, mind, body, heart, with the frequency of the life you're calling in. And when that alignment happens, things shift. Opportunities appear. Conversations change. People feel drawn to you. You begin to take action from a place of clarity instead of fear. That's not magic. That's resonance. When your energy is clear, you become a magnet for experiences that match that clarity. Now, with your heart still glowing and your energy aligned with your future self, speak these words out loud if you can, or silently if not. I am now sending out the frequency of my chosen reality. I am aligned. I am calm. I am connected. I am receiving. Say it like you mean it, like you're claiming it. Not as a hope, not as a wish, but as a fact. Feel it as you say it. Let the words sink into your cells. Let your energy carry the meaning. You're not just saying words. You're setting a vibration. You're giving the universe a clear message. This is who I am now. This is the life I choose. And I'm ready to live it. When you do this with real feeling, your past starts to loosen its grip. The old stories, the limiting beliefs, the patterns you thought you'd never break, they begin to lose power. Because you're not trying to fix the old you anymore. You're becoming the new you. You're not repairing the past. You're replacing it with something better, something more true. This is what we call quantum shift, and it's very real. Now, place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Breathe deeply into that space again. Feel grounded, like your body is anchoring this new energy. And say to yourself, I remember who I am. I'm not waiting to become. I have already arrived. This is who I choose to be. And I stay in this energy. Take 3 deep, steady breaths. Let this new energy settle into your body. Let your cells catch up with the frequency you've just activated. Let it become your new normal. As you slowly open your eyes and return to the room around you, bring this version of you forward. Sit taller. Move with intention. Speak with more ease. Act as if the future has already happened, because energetically, it has. You've just shifted your vibration. You've just stepped into a new version of yourself, and the universe is already responding. You may not see it all right away, but something has shifted. The signal has been sent. The field has received it. And if something in you lit up during this experience, if you felt a spark, a sense of yes, this is it, don't ignore it. That's your energy saying, keep going. This isn't just a technique. It's not just another thing to try. It's a doorway, a new way of being. You've entered a different frequency field, and that changes everything. Let's take a breath together. Right now. A full inhale and a slow, deep exhale. Now, let the old version of your life fall away, just like that breath. Whatever story you've been living in, whatever beliefs have held you back, you don't have to carry them anymore. You're not in that old movie anymore. You've stepped out of that script. And whether you realize it or not, something inside you has already started to shift. You're here now because something in you is ready. Maybe it's been ready for a long time. You're not the same person who pressed play on this message. And no, that's not just some feel-good phrase. That's real. It's energetic. It's scientific. When you tune into a new way of being, when your body, your breath, your thoughts, your energy all shift together, the world around you begins to shift too. This isn't about changing everything overnight. It's about learning to live in a new frequency. That means feeling different inside. It means carrying a sense of peace, confidence, or possibility, not just once, but again and again. That's the key. Real transformation isn't one big moment. It's a state you stay in. It's a choice you keep making, not just once, but over and over again. Can you feel it already? That subtle, almost silent shift inside you? Maybe your body feels a little softer, like something finally relaxed. Maybe your mind is a little quieter, like the noise just dialed down a notch. That's the feeling of real change beginning. That's not just a nice feeling. That's a signal, a message. Your body is speaking. Your energy is tuning in. You didn't just think about a new reality, you felt it. You imagined it, and for a moment, you believed in it. And that moment matters. Because when you feel something that deeply, it leaves a mark. It becomes a part of your nervous system. It rewrites the way your body reacts, the way your mind thinks, the way your heart leads. That's how you begin to shift your life, not by force, but by frequency. But don't expect it to be a straight path. This is only the beginning. The quantum field, the invisible world of energy all around you, is infinite. It holds every version of you, every possible path, every potential life. And today, you tapped into one of those versions, one where you are more peaceful, more powerful, more in tune with who you really are. And here's the truth. That old version of you, the one full of stress, fear, doubt, maybe pain, it might try to come back. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because it's familiar. Your brain loves what's familiar, even if it hurts, even if it holds you back. Your nervous system is used to running on certain emotional patterns: worry, guilt, fear, exhaustion. It's like a song that's been playing on repeat for years. But here's the powerful part. You don't have to dance to that song anymore. You're not here to stay small. You're not here to stay safe. You're here to expand, to rise, to remember who you really are. And expansion doesn't mean hustling harder or doing more. It means being more. It means feeling the truth of who you are and choosing to live from that truth again and again, even when life tempts you to go back to the old ways. You don't have to earn your new life. You don't have to prove you deserve it. You simply need to match the energy of the version of you who already lives it. It's not about waiting for the universe to hand you something. It's about tuning your inner world to line up with what you want. You become the signal. You become the magnet. You don't chase. You align. And how do you stay in that new energy? You commit, not to an end result, but to a feeling, a state, a vibration. You build habits, not to control yourself, but to remind yourself. You breathe with intention. You move with purpose. You speak from the future, even if your present doesn't look like it yet. Because coherence, being fully in tune with your truth, isn't a one-time thing. It's a lifestyle. It's how you move through the world when nobody is watching. It's how you walk into a room, how you respond to a text, how you sit in silence. When you live from that place often enough, your whole energy field begins to change. You create a pull, a gravity around you. Life responds. The right people show up. The timing works out. The resistance starts to fade. Not because you're pushing, but because you've stopped resisting. Your only job now? Stay in the signal. Keep tuning yourself. And yes, you will drift. That's normal. That's human. But you'll come back faster. You'll come back easier. Because now you know. You felt it. You've tasted it. You don't need more motivation. You have a memory. A body memory. A soul memory. You've remembered something you always knew deep down. So let's say it together, slowly, gently, from a place of truth. I remember. I receive. I remain. Let that live in your bones. Let it echo in your breath. Let it become who you are. And if you felt even a flicker of truth in this message, if something inside you softened or stood taller or whispered, yes, then stay connected. This isn't about gaining followers. It's about building a field, a space where we remember together. You're not here to be taught. You're here to remember. And I'm not here just to speak. I'm here to hold the frequency with you. We are not just seekers anymore. We are creators, observers, energetic architects. And the field we're creating together, it just got stronger because now you're in it. So take one more breath. Let the old story go completely. Step fully into the version of you that's been waiting for this moment. Because this new timeline, it was always here. It was just waiting for you to say yes. And now you have. The signal is active. The code is live. The future is listening.